Hello and welcome to the Variety Lounge. My name is Joseph. This is Randy. This is a show about anything and everything, as long as it is not politics. Randy, why don't you tell us a little bit about your week?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas, doing my job, and I'm exhausted. And I worked a trade show, and I called on customers in Dallas first. The week started in Dallas, then went down to San Antonio to work this show. The show ended today. Broke down the booth and got to a hotel and got on here to have a little chat with Joseph.
All right, and for myself, not a whole lot different. I'm a very boring person, and I like it that way. So, just as a reminder to everybody, to kind of explain to you the format of this show, we didn't do so well the first episode. This is more of a community involvement. So we're hoping that in time we get a lot of people that watch us when we're live so that we can communicate with you your ideas. It's not just me and Randy. It is myself, Randy, and you all. So we would love to hear your guys' opinions on the subjects that we are talking about. So with that, make sure that you subscribe and you do turn on that notification bell so you do know when we go live. So that we can make that a little bit easier for all of us. So we do appreciate those who are supporting us and are watching our show, online or offline. So we're going to start and jump in with our first subject, and that is going to be the unexplored ocean and what might or might not exist. So I'll let Randy start that one up, and then I'll chime in after.
Okay, just to let you know, I very often am not informed of what the topics are. Unexplored ocean, there is a whole lot of explored ocean, at least as far as I know. And they keep going deeper and in different parts of the ocean and finding different animals that live down there. And I think most recent this week, I think what I saw in my feed was a new octopus, species octopus they hadn't found previously. And it's really deep, and everyone's really amazed that anything can live down there because it's so cold, dark, and under so much pressure. But it was actually kind of cute and colorful, which I found odd. Colorful fish live on tropical reefs because that's a colorful environment. This thing's at the bottom. I may have that wrong. I get things wrong sometimes, but I am fascinated by deep sea exploration. How about you, Joe? What do you think of all that?
Well, first of all, I think I'd be a little scared of something that can live within those depths of the ocean. If it can withstand that much pressure. I'd be afraid to see what it can do to us. So it's kind of a fun little deal. Now, the better question is, because this is obviously myth theory or possible reality, do you think there is a possibility that the Loch Ness does actually exist? Speaking of unknown water activity.
That's fresh water, but Loch Ness is deep. And there's so many lakes claim to have some kind of monster, and I think it all originated with Loch Ness. Why not? I think that there very easily could be something. What it is exactly, I don't know. They've had some vague pictures of it, although they have done some thorough exploration. I watched this documentary where they were like trying to explore Loch Ness and see if Nessie was around. But one of the problems is the water is so turbid, it is so muddy or whatever. It's really hard to see very far into it. So it's able to remain a mystery, and I love mystery. And I don't discount those kind of stories. World's full of things we don't understand.
We used to have huge walking lizards, so I'm not going to discount the Loch Ness monster at any point. So it'd be it would be actually pretty awesome if it was proven true, right? But this one I would not shoot when I see it first, so that's a positive thing. Yeah.
That's good news. I think one of the challenges I have, I mean, we have a lake north of us here called Flathead Lake, and the Flathead monster is one of the things that they have that mythology up there. And most things in an ecosystem will reproduce and grow and create more of them, and you would think that, oh, well, there's going to be more of Nessie, or there's going to be more of whatever they call the Flathead Lake monster, and we would probably see more of it. But there's so much I don't understand that I'm not going to say, oh, it's not possible.
So let's segue this into, what do you believe the actual existence of the Greek and Roman mythology is? Because we would have modeled it up of something. So could it be aliens? Could it be anything, really? I'm curious what your thoughts are, because this is kind of a fun topic, and I think everybody has their own perspective on it.
I think, again, kind of anything is possible, because that's my philosophy on life. What I find fantastic is that every culture throughout history has developed some kind of pantheon of gods, or theology involving one god or multiple gods, and I think that is a base human need, because it is so consistent. That tribe that they never spoke to in the Amazon has some kind of spiritual belief system. With the Greek gods in particular, with Atlantis and some of that, I mean, there's a lot we don't know about history, and why would they have chosen gods, the way they look, human form, and that they're, somewhat horny, and making demigods, and I think largely it's a reflection on our humanity into the spiritual. I mean, we are very anthropomorphic when it comes to viewing the animal kingdom and everything else. Why wouldn't we translate that into the spiritual realm? I love Greek mythology, and I don't know it as well as I should, but I probably know it a little better than most. And it fuels the imagination. Could there have been some kind of ancient alien thing? I don't, heartily prescribe to that theory, but I don't discount it either, because there's some really interesting things that go on. I mean, the Mayans, the Incas, the Egyptians, the Assyrians all have carvings, and many of them are very similar to each other. I mean, there's really one of like a guy in a helmet, almost like a space helmet. And there's ones that appear to be riding rockets, and it does cross over a huge geography as far as cultural creators of this art. And I guess the thing that to me speaks against that is, why haven't they come back? And they have. I mean, the government finally admitted that yes, Area 51 was a thing. And they've admitted, yes, they are UFOs, although they've decided to call them something else. I don't really remember what. And it does seem rather arrogant to think we're the only ones in the entire vast universe of infinity that would be intelligent life. I could see a situation where, a visitation of some kind, and they would definitely be worshipped.
I think that the UFOs are now known as We Now Knows. I don't give a shit. It's corny and I love it. So,
yeah, no, it worked for me. It did.
So my point of view, I do think it possibly could be another aliens, whatever you want to call it, that could have been the mythological gods. Just because mankind likes to worship in general. They want something to look up to talk to. We do this with all religions, and there's probably some truth to the existence of any of them, right? And I think that maybe we were visited at some time, obviously Egyptian times, pyramids, etc., right? All the theories.
Yeah.
But I personally do believe that we were visited at some point by something that gave us something to idolize, and who knows, they might have come up with some bullshit story of, oh, there's however many of us, and this one throws lightning, and this one's hotter than every girl, and just something for all types of humanity to idolize. If you look at the Greek and Roman gods, a lot of them have the tendencies that mankind do have. You have Dionysus, you have Zeus, you have Achilles, Hercules, all of them, man can kind of, what is the word I'm even looking for?
Draw inspiration from?
Yeah, draw inspiration, kind of.
Cheer, motivation.
Jesus Christ, the fact that I can't remember the word. I apologize. Anyways, it's something you can relate to. Thank you.
Yes, it is. And what I find interesting too is that the pantheon, well, of course, many say the